YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here on Grimmenhagen. We're going to be looking at a Beastmen in Bretonnia versus Norska and Dwarves. And based on what I'm seeing there on the left, this should be an ambush army. Unless Khazrak and the Shaman are on chariots. And I don't think the Shaman can forward deploy no matter what. Yeah, okay, they are on chariots. They're down here. So they're not going to forward deploy, and there's one unit of Minotaurs with great weapons, and then there's 2 units of Centaurs with great weapons, which I do believe could have forward deployed, but did not. Back here we've got a lot of Gore herds, including the Blackhorns Ravagers, Regiment Renown. There's a couple of Chaos Warhounds, and even more Centaurs with great weapons back here. This is the Sons of Goros, and there's some Ungor Raiders as well, so that's going to be an interesting army, and it's an all-cavalry Bretonnia. There's 3 Pegasus Knights, one of which is a Royal Knight, 4 Knights Errant, and then there are 4 Knights of the Realm, including the Knights of the Lion-Hearted, which are a magical damage Knights of the Realm over here. So that's going to be pretty cool. The Dawi army is going to be 3 Quarrelers up front, and then 6 Longbeards and a 7th in the back, with Thorgrim Grudgebearer, 2 Organ Guns, and a cannon. And I just want you all to see some of the visuals here. This is going to be pretty spectacular with the Beastmen. Look at that, the 2 Slayers for the Dwarves fleeing the woods. Not very characteristic of Slayers, fleeing from their opponents, but I can understand why the player gave such an order in this game. Look at that beautiful Beastmen horde pouring out of the forest. It doesn't get a whole lot more thematic than that. That's pretty freaking awesome. And then here's the Knights of the Realm. Perfect coordination by the teammates at this point, with excellent surrounding and basically just ganging up on an enemy here. And here comes the Pegasus Knights. Yeah, look at the Pegasus Knights swooping in. Ooh, and Dwellers below. That is going to be brutal. And then I like how the Bretonnian player immediately got out of the way. That's going to damage almost no friendly units and do tremendous damage to the Dwarves. So a nice combination of the anti-blobbing magic there with a build that is likely to force blobs because of the reaction of an opponent. So really quite well done. So the slaughter of the Dawi is fully underway, and the Dawi right now are living up to their minimally impressive name in multiplayer. Those guys may be good in campaign, but man, they sure are the red-headed stepchild of multiplayer. They're not like terrible, but I would certainly consider them to be the weakest multiplayer faction. Well, I don't know. It'd be pretty close with Beastmen, but Beastmen got some decent regiments of renown, and I would have probably said Beastmen were the worst faction, but after nerfing Rune of Wrath and Ruin, and the Beastmen getting regiments of renown, I would think the Dwarves might actually go back to the bottom of the pack. But it's kind of hard to say. Look at this. Mighty Thorgrim Doomflock coming in over here too. And then a summoned Manticore over here from the Beastmen from their Sorcerer Lore of Beast. Shaman Lore of Beast, I should say. The artillery's getting shut down by Pegasus Knights. And the Norscan player just got some reinforcements here in the form of these Marauder Champions. Or no, these are Marauder Spears, my bad. So there are some Marauder Spears here. And yeah, 1 Marauder Champion. I think the Beastman player either misclicked or got a little greedy here, trying to get javelins while they were protected by a giant and Wolfric. That's probably not going to happen. I like how the Ungor Raiders just kind of keep their good position back here on the hill, firing down into the melee. And you can see that Longbeards are not. The Dwarf is into a mass rout. Can you imagine if the Dwarf player hadn't taken the Longbeards, how quickly this could have gotten wrapped up? I mean, it would have been very quickly. Here comes Seafang. Not a very well aimed one either. It's going to go away doing relatively minimal damage. I think this is a bit of a hasty charge here by the Knights of the Lion-Hearted. No matter how Lion-Hearted they are, a Mammoth is way more than a match for them right now, especially with the Giant to support. No matter how much armor you have, it can't save you from the bad breath coming off that Giant. Faye Enchantress, look at her just chilling back here like, we'll just let the boys take care of the work here. I'll just sit back and occasionally throw green stuff at them. Oh, those are Minotaurs with great weapons. That's going to hurt also. So at this point, there's a lot of infantry left, and for the Norskin Dwarf Alliance, which is an odd alliance indeed, basically you just got Thorgrim, Wulfric, and a Giant, and then there's a few units over here that I think were mismicroed earlier. There's a Javelin unit, and I believe a Spear unit. It's going to be available, 2 Spear units available to Norska. There's some Skin Wolves down here too. And there were some Skin Wolves right here, but they're being skinned alive. Yeah, Skin Wolf or not, probably don't want to pick a fight with a bunch of angry Minotaurs. So let's see what's happening. It looks like up here we're getting some more attack, trying to get rid of these Norskin Ice Wolves, but the combination of Thorgrim and the Mammoth right now with Wulfric, he's going to cause some immense damage to the enemy here. They really need to get the Ungor Raiders from back here to start killing the Mammoth, because the Mammoth could single-handedly destroy a large portion, and this Giant should never have been separated from the Mammoth. They should have kept the two right together, where they can deal tremendous damage together and help protect each other a little. So it definitely should not have separated the Giant. And those Ice Wolves that were in a fight there, I mean, they should have tried anything they could to try and get those free and save them. Wouldn't be easy, because there's Chaos Warhounds and Centaurs and all kinds of stuff, but maybe even hidden them in the woods and looked for an opportune moment. Because now the Ungor Raiders are in position, and that Mammoth is going to start taking fire. And this is definitely what a Mammoth doesn't want. Now these are just Ungor Raiders, and they're firing quite some distance, so it's not going to be instantaneous. Mammoth has tremendous hit points, but he is doing tremendous hit point damage right now as well. Almost up to 200 kills. What concerns me more, though, is that the Giant, having been partly set, yeah, I mean, again, these 3 units need to stay right together. If they stay together, they can deal the most damage. Bretonnia trying to get rid of these Javelin men, as well as some Centaurs joining in. And if Wulfric is really determinedly attacking all these units, even though some of these units have anti-large, he would do tremendous damage. But you can see, I don't know if it's just slow attacks, but it's almost like he's not attacking, like he has a move order to move through. And there's a lot of potential missed damage here, I think, for Wulfric. He's done 210, but you can see he's just not getting any kills, finally unleashing a blow there. But I think that could be a problem. Could be a problem indeed. Because with this, all these units blobbed around him, Wulfric has the potential to do tremendous damage. The archers will do him in, but trying to flee and get to the archers at this point is also dangerous, because these fast-moving units will keep up with him and cause damage. And then the Giant is going to be losing its morale, being surrounded by all these large units. These units look so freaking cool. Those Blackhorns Ravagers. Yeah, it almost looks like Wulfric was kind of trying to pull through to the archers, and it's just not happening. He would almost kind of have to fight his way through it. Yeah, he's trying to pull through, and it's just going to get him a ton more damage, actually, than the archers are doing. So that's probably going to be the end of Wulfric, trying to pull through another Manticore to summon. That's bad news for the enemy team. Bad news indeed. Look at this, though. These Ice Wolves got back to the archers. All the more reason why Wulfric should have ignored the archers. And then if the Ice Wolves would have charged from the right angle, they could have tied up more of the archers. But it looks like it is going to be a victory for Team Beastmen and Team Bretonnia. Let's take a look at the aftermath here. Thank you, Matt, for submitting this, and Flange there, however you say that, just for the tip, and JR, or just the tip, sorry. So, yeah, appreciate you all playing the battle here, and appreciate the opportunity you gave us here to watch a Beastmen Vanguard deployment, which we don't see a ton of. I think on this map it was very appropriate and very well chosen, especially when you consider the fact that the Beastmen player, the Bretonnian player cooperated with the Beastmen to create a fast-moving attack from one side, and then the Vanguard attack from the other side. So even though the Beastmen didn't have a ton of armor piercing, units, they still managed to do very well with the support of Bretonnia. And look at this kills on the Centaurs here, the Sons of Goros. That's amazing. That was so good. And Khazrak did really good as well. Look at Wulfric, though. 261 kills. Probably had the opportunity to get even more if he had been in the right situation. So they might be lucky to walk away with that. And if we look at, there's the Bretonnian player and the Dwarf player. The Dwarf player just got plain ambushed and outflanked, so you can't expect a whole lot there. I mean, his army otherwise would have given Beastmen some trouble in the sense that it can't be fear or terror routed because they're Longbeards and they're well armored, and the Beastmen have limited options to armored infantry. They do have anti-armor cavalry and anti-armor monstrous infantry, but all those are expensive as well. And the Dwarf player may have been banking on being able to take some of that out with artillery and ranged units. So interesting play to say the least. I enjoyed this one. Look at that, the Knights of the Lionhearted doing pretty good in this one. Bretonnia having a pretty good match. Hey, I'm still at Gamescom over in Cologne. I didn't go visit a bunch of booths today. I got to go play Total War Warhammer 2. It was great. If you want to go check out my Twitter feed, @AirTweets, I put up a couple of pictures from the in-battle screens. No footage yet. I will be getting some footage from Creative Assembly. They don't have the equipment here for me to capture my own, but they're going to give me some footage, and I will have played the game quite a bit. I think I got about an hour in on it today, and hopefully I'll get some more. I'm going to do some interviews as well and kind of talk to them. I have some curiosities about how they're going to handle the integration of all the factions. You know, as you add more factions to this game, balance would inherently become more challenging. So I'm kind of curious to ask them some questions about how they think they'll approach that, and then how they think that they'll integrate the mega campaign map when that time comes. I know it's not due on release day, but I'll be very curious to see how that works. So I'm going to talk to them a little bit about that, and hopefully you all find that interesting. I know I'm curious to go learn about it. I did see the booth for Age of Empires. It is not Age of Empires 4, it's the Age of Empires Definitive Edition. I can go try and get some footage of that. I did see someone mentioned Kingdom Come Deliverance. I actually have beta access to that game. I've just never shown it because it's absolutely chock full of swearing, which you guys can do in your own comments, and that's fine, it's your own choice. I choose not to show it on my channel because I'm just trying to keep stuff family friendly, and that's the big reason why I haven't shown you any Kingdom Come Deliverance. I actually backed the game on Kickstarter, and I donated like $60 or $70 to it because I thought it was such a cool idea, and then when I heard all the swearing, I was just like about to cry because I knew I wouldn't really be able to show it on my channel. I went onto a forum and even asked them, like, hey, do you think you could make some kind of filtered version? And everybody just screamed at me and called me a pansy and like everything else. And it's like, look, guys, I understand that you all are old enough to have swearing in your game if that's what you want, but it was just frustrating to me because what otherwise looks like a very fun game, it's not something I'm going to be able to share on the channel because it kind of goes against what I have set up. But I mean, it doesn't mean I may not go by the booth and film it and show you all some of the stuff they've come up with. And ask you a few questions, because it is a medieval themed game, which is somewhat appropriate to this channel, and it does look like a lot of fun. I think that there's a lot of good things. So yeah, I'm not bashing the game, I'm just saying it doesn't suit my channel, unfortunately, but I will certainly go take a look at it because I think it's relevant to a lot of my audience here. So yeah, don't take any of that the wrong way. I think it's a great game, and like I said, I backed it, and I'm not upset that I backed it. I'm mainly just upset because I probably won't be able to use it on my channel, which I had hoped to show it to you all, and to have something fun to play that was, like, you know, history themed. But in any case, other people mentioned Bannerlord. I don't know if there's anything here for Bannerlord. I'll go look. And then I'm trying to remember some of the other comments. I mean, some folks had mentioned stuff like Assassin's Creed. I did see it. It's mostly at the Xbox booth and the PlayStation booths, which are enormous and filled full of big-name YouTubers not like me. And so I will do my best to try and get in there. I've already gotten to play Total War Arena. Total War Arena is feeling a lot better. I wasn't super thrilled with that game when I played it before, but I was much happier with the product that I played today. I wasn't even convinced that I was going to play Arena at all, and I may not play it much, because, you know, like, the wargaming stuff isn't really my thing. When I say war games, you know, like World of Tanks, I'm just not into it, and I don't have the time to grind all that stuff out. But the game did play fun. It was fast, a lot of fun strategy in it, and it was a good time. So I definitely can see that being of interest to folks too, and certainly I'll cover it because it's Total War and I'm going to cover it. And I've been surprised by Total War titles before, like Warhammer, that I ended up liking a lot, so I'm absolutely going to keep an open mind and try it. I'm trying to think of the other ones that I've seen so far. I've seen a lot, and I just haven't gotten the time to stop it a lot, but keep giving me suggestions. And if you want, I will try and bring you some coverage of this. Anyway, HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I hope you all enjoyed this. Thank you to MSI for sponsoring my trip here, and appreciate them helping me get you some of these opportunities to get hands-on with the games. See you soon.